What is up, WinShape Camps? Welcome to Road to Summer Live. We are live here at Mount Berry, Georgia, in the hub, just a few months away from staff training.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner. We're really excited to be with you guys tonight. My name is Titus. I get to serve on the staff development team. Super pumped to be with y'all tonight.
And my name is Rachel. I'm also really excited to be here with Titus. We're going to get to spend some time tonight learning about our overnight camps. I'm sure y'all are excited to figure out what teams you're on. And so we're going to get to talk about boys camp and girls camp. And for the first time ever, Titus, we're also inviting family camp to be part of our Road to Summer Live event.
Come on. If you are a part of family camp, show some love. I already saw Marissa Modiano throwing some comments in the chat. Guys, we love family camp. We're excited that y'all are joining us here tonight. We've got a lot in store tonight. So. It's going to be a lot of things happening. You're going to get to hear about your camp team, your location, the culture, all the fun things that's happening there. We're going to invite some different former guests or former staffers to join us to talk about their experience at camp, help answer questions, that kind of stuff. And then we're going to find out about our teams. You're going to learn the people you're working with, the culture groups you're a part of, all of that fun stuff.
Yeah, that's so exciting. We also have another really fun part of the night, Titus. We have a giveaway, and it wouldn't be WinShape if we weren't doing a fun giveaway, am I right? So we have a super fun giveaway that's going to be happening at the very end of the night, which means you have to stay the whole time. And we have 3 super fun items that we're going to give away to 5 special winners. Should we tell them what we're going to give away?
Might as well. We might as well throw it out there.
We might as well. Okay, so the first item is going to be a JBL speaker, which is really fun.
Yeah.
You know, that's a classic.
Classic.
The second item is a Cotopaxi duffel bag.
Okay. If any of those travel nerds out there want to hit the road.
And it's a fun brand. You know, it's a colorful, very fun. And then the last item is a Kindle, which is super fun.
Man.
Yeah.
So that's 5 people, 5 lucky winners will get your choice of one of those 3 items.
Yes.
So.
But how do they get that gift?
Yeah. You keep doing what if you're in the chat right now and you're throwing comments up there, you're doing the right thing. If you're not, that's what you need to be doing. Engage with the chat, throw your name in there. That's how we see you and that we get to pick as the names are coming up. So throw your name in there, throw a chat, or just engage in the chat. Just throw comments in there all night long. And stick around for the end. Again, Rachel said it, but we're going to be giving these out at the end of the night. So stick around, and you'll find out if you're one of those lucky winners.
Yeah, we're super excited.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So, like we said, there's a lot happening, but before we jump into that, we want to kind of talk about the summer. So right around the corner is the summer, and guys, we are so excited that y'all are working with us at WinShape. We're really excited for the impact that we get to have on the lives of campers, the lives of families, and in the lives of each other, and to watch what the Lord's going to do this summer. So we have a theme that we use every year to explain the gospel and to just connect with campers here at camp. So before we get into the night, we want to show you all a little bit of a theme teaser to get excited for what's coming up this summer.
Wow, that looks awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I am pumped for the summer. We are going to be diving into this idea of Uncharted. We're going to be following along the life of Peter. Life can be uncertain. It can be kind of choppy at times. And we've read in Matthew 4, that's like the theme verses in Matthew 4, of how Jesus said, hey, come follow me. And Peter drops his nets and follows after Jesus. So with the uncertainty of life and everything kind of around us, the uncharted waters of life around us, we know that if we're following Jesus, we can get through all that. So really excited to kind of follow after that this summer and just dive into it with our staff and our campers.
Yeah, that's awesome. The chat's going crazy right now for the theme, which is really exciting. We've had some excitement around that, which is super fun. Well, we are ready to invite some guests up to join us and talk a little bit more about camp. So without further ado, we'd love to go ahead and introduce our fun guests of the night. We have Tyla and Cody and Lucy. They are joining us from family camp, girls camp, and boys camp. And we would love for you guys to just take a second, tell us a little bit about yourself, and give us kind of your WinShape history.
Well, I'm Tyla. I work for family camp, and I started working at WinShape as a summer staffer in 2015.
Wow, that's awesome.
Over a decade of being here. It's so much fun. And I do operations for family camp, so think food, beds, you know, the day-to-day things.
All the things you need.
Yeah, like payroll. I want to make sure you get the money.
Love that. We love that. We all need a Tyler in our life at camp. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Cody?
Yeah, cool. My name's Cody. I work for Boys Camp now. I'm the events coordinator for our Cleveland location. So all thing, you know, programming, camp-wide events, morning, afternoon, late at night, anything that all of camp gets to experience, I get a hand in. So it's a lot of fun. I started with WinShape really in 2018 as a volunteer for a communities location. Started working in 2019. Yeah, shout out communities. Started working in 2019 as a summer staffer, and I've gotten to do a bunch of different things around WinShape, and now I'm at Boys Camp, and I love it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, and my name's Lucy. I get the honor of working for Girls Camp. I'm also an events coordinator like Cody at our Mount Berry location. And I actually grew up as a camper here at Mount Berry and then served every summer of college as a summer staffer here. So I've pretty much been on this campus every summer for almost the last decade, which has been super sweet. So I've gotten to grow up at camp, which is really fun. So. Cool. Yeah.
We love, I mean, honestly, anytime that one of our campers can become a staffer, it's an awesome opportunity as they get to, they have the most knowledge about camp.
Super full circle, yeah.
So it's really cool. Well, guys, while you're here, tell us a little bit about what we can expect of camp this summer. Some of like the camp culture at your different locations, the different locations, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So at Girls Camp, we have 2 locations. We have our Mount Berry location, which is where we are right now, and we serve campers ages 1st through 11th grade, and they get to come for 2 weeks at a time. So they spend 2 weeks here, and we run 4 of those sessions during the summer. And campers come, they can come when they are in 1st grade and start out in one village, and as they get older, they move up through all of the villages, and in each village, they get to focus on a character trait. And so our youngest campers, they get to learn how to be caring, and then our high schoolers get to focus on consistency and contentment, and it goes all the way through until our oldest girls get to learn courage out on the trails. And so that's our culture at Mount Berry. They're in villages, and so our staff are going to get to be adopted into those villages as well. And then we have our other location, our Young Harris location, and I've already seen some love for Young Harris in the chat.
Going crazy.
But Young Harris is at Young Harris College in Young Harris, Georgia, fondly known as the Enchanted Valley. I've not gone to experience the Enchanted Valley, but I've heard it's pretty magical. But we also serve 1st through 11th grade campers here. They come for 1 week at a time. And the difference at this location with the culture is that a camper comes and gets adopted into a club. And once they're in that club, they're in that club for life. So if you're in Scotian when you first come, you get to be in Scotian every summer you come back to camp. And so there's a cool bond that forms there because their pride for the Scotian club is really awesome. And so those are our 2 Girls Camp locations. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a lot of love coming in the chat for Girls Camp.
Enchanted for
I've
sure.
seen Maggie Lyon in there a lot.
Cool. Boys Camp is very similar to Girls Camp in the way that our culture works and the way that our different, you know, packs and squads work. So very similarly to Mount Berry Girls, Mount Berry Boys is also 2-week sessions, 4 sessions throughout the summer. And campers get to experience the journey through different packs. And so 1st through 11th, similar to Mount Berry Girls. And, you know, they start in the Bronco pack and could go up to Grizzly, all the way up to our adventure program in the Elk pack. So a lot of fun. You get to experience, you know, different elements of the culture as you're going through the different packs and stuff at Mount Berry Boys. So, and then at our other location, our Cleveland location, very similar to Young Harris, 1 week in Cleveland, Georgia at Truett McConnell University. Campers are inducted into a squad their first summer, and they're in that squad for life. Hydro for life, Blaze for life, Quake for life. So what's, again, really special about that kind of culture is you come back and you get to do different things as you get older and age up in the program, but also get to still have pride for your squad and carry that on all your summers that you're with us. So the other thing we have at Cleveland too, which is a newer thing, is our Legacy Years program, which is our high school program for Cleveland that we've been tested out last summer and getting to do it again. It's a lot of fun for the high schoolers. So yeah.
It's really it's cool at like Cleveland and Young Harris as well. Like when campers show up because their car is already like decorated out and they show so much.
They already got all the swag.
Yeah, they're very loyal to their group, so it's really cool. It's also cool like to see how like camp is camp wherever you're at. Like even the differences, and you know, we've gotten to see day camps and seen international camps and our overnight camps, and no matter where we're at, camp is camp. And I know it's very different at family camp. So Tyler, share a little bit with us like what family camp looks like, what makes it unique and different.
Well, family camp is located at Cohada Springs in Crandall, Georgia, and something that makes it super unique is that when families would drop off their kiddos to boys camp and girls camp, they'd always say, I want to come to camp too. And so we said, okay, let's have camp at Cohata Springs. And so at Cohata Springs, we have campers as young as little newborn babies. Like, I think the youngest baby was 2 months old, all the way through grandma and grandpa. So you get to see your grandparents ziplining, and you get to come alongside them and do camp with them and learn today's truths. And it's a really sweet experience.
Yeah, it's awesome. My experience in camp was boys camp, so I definitely feel a little partial to boys camp. But my wife works with the family camp team, so I feel a little bit of partiality towards the family camp team as well. So,
and I'll speak to girls camp.
There you go.
I was a camper and a staffer with girls camp, so to represent them as well. We love girls camp.
Special everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thanks, guys, for just sharing a little about like your experience and kind of what you do and our camp culture. Would love to hear a little bit. I know that at every single camp location, we get to do different events and activities that are special to that like camp and camp location. So maybe share with us a little bit about what some of those are this summer.
Yeah. This summer at family camp, we have the opportunity of having 5 different events, and our events are shown here. We have family fireside, parent night off, the game show, and movie night.
Movie night looks sick.
It is going to be so
like
fun. Family fireside is probably my favorite event that we have. We have it every year. Families and parents get the opportunity to share the gospel with their children, and even we give them prompts on how to share their testimony with their kids. And sometimes it's the first time their kids have heard their parents' story.
Yeah, that's
super
awesome.
special.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, boys camp, we got a lot of different events between the 2 locations. So I think we'll start with Cleveland. I'm very excited about these. So we have Block Party, the Dapper Games, Squad Wars, which is an annual classic, and then Rocket Rendezvous.
Come on.
So you got Block Party, which will be like a big party basically to kick off the week. Dancing, games, a bunch of fun music. It'll be great. And then all the way down to a game show for our senior campers to get to play games like Jeopardy. All the adult games you watch at home when. With your parents and getting to play those and win some cool prizes. So yeah,
that's awesome.
It's gonna be a blast.
And Squad Wars. Classic.
Annual classic. Yep. Just all the squads competing for the Squad Cup and trying to get their squad to be the champion of the summer.
Crazy.
So
It gets
crazy. A lot of face paint, a lot of socks.
Yeah.
At Barry, we have a few more events because of the 2-week sessions. So we have Battlefront, Cosmic Chase, Council of the Wild, Sock War, Vikings Helm, and Shipwreck Island. So a bunch of different worlds there that our Mount Berry Boys campers will get to experience. Our annual events like Council of the Wilds and Sock Wars, but then also some new events where you can be a pirate, go on a treasure hunt, or be a Viking and go axe throwing maybe. So got a lot of cool things coming up for these boys this summer.
Sounds fun. I'll definitely find myself at boys camp a little bit. You should. Battlefront looks fun.
You
Sounds
should.
fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pop in there a little bit.
It'll be a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. And I will just say, like, this is what Cody and I work on most of the year too. And so this is our first time like releasing them into the wild, as you will. So it's cool to see all the excitement in the chat because this is truly the first time we're proposing what we've gotten to plan. But these are Girls Camps events that you'll see on the screen soon. We call them nightlifes at Girls Camp. We like to have fun names for things. And so these are nightlifes you will see at both locations, except for Berry Jam and Mega Relay. That is a Mount Berry only event that happens with Girls Camp and Boys Camp. And so that event is a fun tradition event, but there's gonna be a bit of a twist for this summer. And so if you're working at Mount Berry and you're a returner, get excited for that. That'll look a little bit different. Be super fun. We also have Moon Bounce, Galentine's, and then Yeehaw and Giddy Up Buttercup. And so
that's super fun.
Yeah, Yeehaw and Giddy Up Buttercup are both Western themed. They're at the foundation, the same event, but they're tailored. Yeehaw is for junior camp, and then Giddy Up Buttercup is for senior camp. But think overalls, cowgirl boots, bandanas, all those kinds of things. And then Moon Bounce is like a space theme. That's our silent disco nightlife. There'll also be lots of things that campers and staff can bounce on. So get excited for that one. And then Galentine's is exactly as it looks. Girls' night in, getting to just celebrate our friends and getting to hang out with them. And so think sleepover vibes, fun PJs, bracelet making galore. It's going to be a super fun time at Girls Camp this summer. So Titus, hopefully you can make it over to us too.
I'll come by maybe not Galentine's, but maybe
okay, great. We'll see you there.
Yeah, events are so much fun, and they truly are like one of the ways that we're allowing campers to let down their guard, have fun, and open up conversations for gospel transformation to happen. So it's really crucial to what we do. So I'm super excited. Someone put in their comment, I really think it speaks for all of us that said, wow, these are so cutie. So I think we can all agree these are so cutie, and we're really excited for events this summer.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys for coming up just for a few minutes and sharing with us about family camp and boys camp and girls camp and kind of what to expect this summer. I know that is like super exciting for all of us to kind of think about some events and fun things that are coming up. But we are just super thankful. And guys in the chat, show a little extra love for Tyla and Cody and Lucy. And guys, make sure that you keep tuning in. We have those fun gifts at the end of the night. So make sure you're live in the chat and you're interacting. But Titus, I think it would be really cool to show them kind of what a day in the life could look like at camp. You're kind of hearing different things and you're like, okay, cool, nightlife and camp-wide events, and what does this all mean? So check out this next video to see a little bit about what a day in the life looks like at boys camp and girls camp.
I mean,
that looks awesome.
There is nothing like camp, right? It is the most fun, the most silly, wild, crazy times. I think a lot of those were shots from this past summer that came from our summer staff videos. So like our end of summer videos, which is really cool. Guys, we hope you're excited. Again, Rachel hit on this a minute ago, but continue to show some love in the comments here. If you want a chance to win one of those giveaways, a Cotopaxi duffel bag, a JBL speaker, or a Kindle, continue to engage in the chat and stick around to the end of the night where we're going to pick 5 lucky winners to get your choice at one of those 3 items. So we're really excited for that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, guys, that was super fun getting to see a little bit more about boys camp and girls camp, family camp, just kind of what it looks like. We have invited a couple more guests up here to kind of learn a little bit more about what your summer can look like. So we have some of our former staffers, and we love our formers. We love to get to learn from them. And they are going to just share a little bit of wisdom and a little bit of their experience. And hopefully you'll just get to like learn a little bit and get a sneak peek into what your summer can look like on staff. So without further ado, we'd love to go ahead and give a warm welcome to our guests. We have Emily, Grace, and Elias with us.
What's up, y'all?
Thanks, guys, for joining us today.
Of course. I saw y'all blowing up the chat earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. And now they're here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow, how'd that happen? Cool. Well, thank y'all for joining. Yeah. How about you share a little bit about like who you are, your history at WinShape, and all that kind of fun stuff before we jump into it.
Yeah. So I'm Emily Hayes, and this past summer was actually my first summer with WinShape. I got to serve on the family camp leadership staff as the family experience leader. It was generally one of the best summers of my entire life, and obviously I loved it, so I stuck around. But this next summer, I'll be serving as the director for our team in Brazil. So super stoked for that.
Awesome.
So excited to see what the Lord's gonna do. But yeah, super excited.
If any of our WinShape Camps International friends are in the chat,
shout out.
Shout out. If you've done an international project or doing an international project.
Oh yeah.
All the fun things. Cool.
Awesome. I'm Grace. I was a camper at WinShape Camps for Mount Berry for 11 summers and then got to serve for 5 years on staff there. And it was really just one of the most incredible experiences ever. I got to be the middle school camper care leader last summer and just had an incredible experience and have nothing but amazing things to say about how much I love WinShape. So yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm Elias Harper. I've served 5 summers at WinShape. Got the opportunity to do it at both our Mount Berry boys location and our Cleveland boys location. I served 2 summers as a counselor, and then I spent the last 3 summers as spiritual development leader. So had a blast and really enjoyed working alongside a lot of great guys.
Come on. Shout out boys camp over there.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Guys, well, again, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We just have a few questions and we'd love to kind of hear y'all's thoughts and dialogue and maybe be able to help out any, whether they're returners or new staff or whoever it is out there listening. But to start with, I want you to kind of go back to your first summer, whenever that was, and think back to like, what are things that, knowing now what you know now, what would you tell your former self, like right before that very first summer?
Yeah, I would say trust. I remember my first time at staff training. It was incredibly overwhelming. I know we're not there yet, but I'm sure like when you, especially if it's your first summer, you'll reach a point where it's just, there's a lot going on. And you're really questioning like, do I belong here? Is this where I'm meant to be? And I think for me, the word that I would really put upon you is trust. Trust that the Lord has provided this moment, provided this opportunity for a reason, has placed you in this opportunity for a reason, and that you're exactly where you're meant to be, exactly where you need to be. Because there's going to be times where you feel that's not true. But we know that the Lord has all wisdom, He's all knowing, and that He has put you here for a reason. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. That's awesome, Elias. Thanks for sharing. Great. Kicking off to kind of our next question. Would love to hear, what is one thing that was maybe just a little more difficult than you anticipated walking into camp?
I think that something that I was really challenged by was having to let go of all of my expectations and my plan and my vision for my perfect summer and everything that was going to happen according to the way that I wanted it. And I really just learned that that was not how it functioned, and that the Lord had a different plan that was so much better than what I could have ever imagined. But I think relinquishing what I thought my summer would look like, my interactions with campers, my time with the Lord, my rest, my schedule, and just kind of having to give that all up to Him was really challenging at first, but ended up being really rewarding because I can look back and say that the way that He moved in my life and my summer was significantly better than anything I could have ever planned for myself. So.
Yeah, Grace, I love that you mentioned you were sacrificing some of your rest.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things that was harder for me to learn, which is being intentional with my rest. Because I think when we have space where we're not around campers, or where the chaos is not as chaotic, it was just super easy just to be like, oh my gosh, I can be on my phone now, or just to hang out with other friends. But I think the Lord really taught me to be intentional with that time, and to seek out His presence before anything else. And so I think that for me was one of the harder lessons to learn, but I'm super thankful that the Lord taught me that.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's funny looking back now too, and like being like, oh wow, the things that I've learned and come away with from working camp. Kind of sticking in that same realm a little bit. What was something about camp that was even better than anticipated? So we kind of go in with expectations, whether they're positive or negative, but what was something that turned out to be better than you expected?
Yeah, for me, two things come to mind. Firstly, the people. You work with some phenomenal people, whether it be your teammates or your leadership even as well. A lot of the people within the organization are really awesome people, and you'll meet a lot of really good friends, a lot of people that you can really build your life upon. I also think in that same note, I think something that shocked me that might have been like better than I anticipated was really just the personal development. A lot of my leaders did a really good job of pouring into me and shaping me into the person I am now, and my faith walk wouldn't really be the same if it really weren't for the leaders at WinShape that I had. And I don't think that was necessarily something I expected when I walked in the first day. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good, Elias. I think one of the things that the Lord really taught me, or blew my mind a lot over the summer, was just getting to witness such genuine life change, not only like in myself, but in the staff on my team, or in campers, or even like in families at family camp. Just watching a family dynamic completely shift over the course of a camp session, crazy. And I don't think you'll ever be able to like fully prepare yourself for that, because God is God and He's so good at what He does. But I'm super thankful, and now I look back at it now, and that perspective has changed, of that I get to notice those little things that I normally wouldn't have noticed before in life. But yeah, I think it's an incredible work that we get to do, and I think, it's really cool to see how the Lord works through that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, guys, for sharing. I think that I'm just sitting here, Titus, I'm thinking we have some incredible summer staff, and y'all just have so much wisdom, and obviously have like really leaned into like the incredible parts of summer and some of like the pieces that have like really stretched you and grown you. So first of all, just like thanks for like your investment. I know that also you're getting to walk away being like, wow, I also was invested in, like Elias, to your point of like, wow, I really was like poured into, and I grew so much things I didn't expect. So I think it's just really, really cool to hear, and something for our summer staff, returning and new, to like look forward to coming this summer, of like getting to pour out and also getting to like seek community at camp, which is really sweet. kind of have another question for y'all. Kind of thinking about the summer. We have a lot of new staff that are watching tonight and are really looking forward to it. And we have some returners that could probably use some of these thoughts too. What advice would you give to someone who is really looking towards the summer and they're trying to prepare well for what the summer will look like?
I think that one thing to really just start preparing is your heart, and a lot of that is just being ready to fully surrender to the Lord. And I think that implementing that practice in your daily life now and a routine that you're comfortable with is going to bleed into the summer, into the way that you are able to give everything to the Lord, and that you will reap the benefits of being a vessel of Him. And you talked about all the life change that you got to experience and the interactions with campers and with families and other staff. And none of that we can do on our own. And so being in that surrender is something that is really special and is the way that you get to witness life change and transformation and just have an incredible summer. And so bringing that routine into the summer is really helpful. And also, I highly recommend bringing as much friendship bracelet string and hair tinsel and beads as you can. You'll need all of it. I use all of mine every day, and so highly recommend, especially at girls' camp.
Boys' camp, you can bring friendship bracelets. I've seen it done.
Thank you all so much, Grace. That was awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, I think there's so much like practical things that we can like sit and talk about, but like truthfully speaking, none of that matters if like spiritually we're not prepared and we're not ready. And the place that we need to be in to allow the Lord to work. So that's great wisdom. Well, thank y'all for joining us. Before you head out, I want to give you like, if you want any closing thoughts, remember there's a lot of staff watching that have either worked with us before or maybe their first year staff, but either way, they are working this summer. So anything that you would leave with them before or as they're getting ready for the summer?
I think one of my last thoughts would be just to come expectant. I think there's so many things that happen during the summer of camp that you want to take with you and you want to remember. But when you come into it, when you arrive on staff training and you're expecting the Lord to do incredible things, it sets your heart posture for you to notice the Lord doing incredible things. And I think that's such a valuable thing to hold on to when you're coming into camp, and especially when you come out of camp and now you remember those things and you can take them with you. But yeah, so just come expectant and ready to see the Lord work.
Yeah, that's good, Emily.
That's really good. I think also just getting excited for camp and recognizing that you're about to have probably one of the best summers of your life. I can say that about every single summer that I had at camp. It was the most fun way to spend my summer. I just had such an incredible time. And so just be ready to have fun and wear silly costumes and do all those things and watch the Lord work through those really fun, sweet moments. And that you are going to have a transformational summer, but you're also going to have a lot of fun doing it. So just getting really excited. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would echo everything they just said. I think for me, it's also one last thing is just lean in. There's going to be a lot of times where you're tempted to take a step back or disconnect and maybe choose yourself in a moment. But I think it goes back to what I said at the beginning. It's just like leaning into the moment the Lord has for you. He's picked you to be at WinShape this summer for a reason. And that's to shape you, but also shape campers' lives. So by leaning in, you're not only more intentional with the campers, but you allow the Lord to really transform you through the experience. And that's what I experienced like the last couple of years. So that's just what I would say.
Thank you all so much. This is one of my favorite parts of the night is right here, right now, because I think it's so crucial. We've talked about this a lot in the office of oftentimes we're coming into camp and we're very expectant of like what the Lord's going to do in the life of campers and families. And like, obviously we should be excited for that because it's going to be really cool things. But I don't want us to miss like what God's going to do through us, the impact He's going to have on our lives personally and like the community around us and everything. So I just don't want to like walk away from this moment like missing that. So thank you all so much for sharing your wisdom with us here tonight and getting us. I mean, I'm ready to go into staff training tomorrow.
Let's go.
So, I'm ready to jump into camp. So there's a lot of love coming in through the chat. So y'all give it up one more time for Emily, Grace, and Elias. Okay, we're going to be jumping into the staff reveal portion of tonight.
This is what we've been waiting for.
Yes, everyone's super excited to hear this. In 1 second, and before we do that, we are going to show one more video. We jumped into overnight camps, boys camp and girls camp earlier. Family camp, we have not forgotten you. So if you want to get excited for what to expect this summer at family camp, check out this video. Wow.
Wow, that was an awesome video.
Yeah, I saw Marissa comment on there. I remember they were filming this. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I remember them being up there filming all summer long. It was
The
so
chat
fun.
is going crazy for family camp right now. Banana boats, yes,
Yeah.
for sure. That is super fun. Yeah, well, I hope y'all enjoyed that quick video. I'm just getting to see a little bit about like what family camp is like, a day in the life. Getting to kind of see that from the family perspective and think about it as a staffer, which is so exciting. Yeah. Well, guys, as Taj just mentioned, the chat, it's still going crazy, which is awesome because don't forget that at the very end of the night, stick around, we're gonna do a giveaway. We have those 3 awesome items. We have the Cotopaxi duffel bag, the JBL speaker, and the Kindle that will go to 5 lucky winners. So make sure you keep engaging with the chat, and we see you out there.
Yeah. Rachel, if you were one of the winners, which of those 3 items would you pick personally?
I think I might go for the Cotopaxi.
Cotopaxi?
I know, it's surprising, but I like to travel around. I do a lot of traveling, you know, with my work, with my life, and it's colorful.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's kind of fun. Yeah.
I'm partial to the Kindle right now. I'm in my reading era. I think that's what they're saying, but like I'm reading a lot more, so I think the Kindle would be what I would jump for right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But before we get to those giveaways, we do have a few more fun guests for us tonight. So as we get ready to reveal what clubs, what squads, what packs, all the things that we're doing at camp, and show you your team and all that. We have truly three of my favorite people at Winship Camps.
Yeah, mine too.
To help us introduce this next section. So y'all give it up for Emily, Tim, and Gavin.
Welcome, y'all.
What is up?
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having
Yeah. Thanks for joining. I know like it's, there's busy season right now. We're hiring staff, getting in place, all that fun stuff. Thanks for taking some time to join us tonight.
Definitely.
Anytime, we're ready for summer.
Yeah, right around the corner. How about y'all share a little bit? Tell us about like who you are, your role in camp, how long you've been in camp, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so my name is Emily. I get to serve with our Winship Camps for Girls team. A lot of my camp friends call me Simba. If you want to know why, you can come this summer and find out. But yeah, just a little
The
teaser.
chat's going crazy for Simba right now.
You know,
Everyone loves Simba.
Here I am, everybody. Here I am. But yeah, this summer I'm going into my 11th summer with Windshape. So I got to serve 5 years on summer staff. This will be 6 years with the year-round team.
Come on.
Have been in the Enchanted Valley. I started as a camper here at Mount Berry, actually. So have gotten to have a lot of experience with Windshape in my camp era, if Titus may say it that way.
Yeah. I'm starting something,
Yeah, a trend.
Cool.
Well, sweet. Hey, first off, shout out all my family camp people out there.
They are
on
blowing
the
it
chat
up in there.
and everything. So I'm Tim. I'm the family experience coordinator for family camp. So I oversee all the counselors that come and serve the families intentionally during the summer, but also oversee the guests, all the families, all the toddlers, the parents, the grandparents during the summer. It's actually my second summer. Last year in 2024 was my first summer, so I'm ready to lock in and do it again next summer. So
come on. Now that you're in your second year, you got it all figured out.
That's right.
You got
Yeah,
it all solved. Everything's
I hope
gonna
so.
be good.
That's how all our returners feel, you know?
Yeah, that's how all the returners
I hope
feel.
they feel that way.
That's awesome, Tim. We're glad to have you here tonight.
Yeah. My name's Gavin Adams. I'm currently the operations coordinator at our overnight boys camp Mount Berry location. So if you guys like food or having a roof over your head, operations might be the function for you. So I've been a camper here for pretty much my whole life. I was a camper for 11 years, worked several years as a summer staffer through college, and then been on the full-time team for about a year now.
Come on.
Awesome.
Yeah, Gavin, you were, this is probably aging me a little bit, but you were, I think in your last year as a camper when I was first starting.
That's right.
Something like that. I'm saying that did not age me as much, but yeah, I remember we were working, or I was working when you were a staffer coming up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if you want to go the other way around, I was a camper when Simba was a staffer.
Whoa. Okay, we're talking about Titus here, okay?
Well, guys, are y'all excited to go ahead and hear where we're
this
going?
is what we've been waiting for all night.
This is all the things.
It's time. This is Christmas in
Let's
our
start.
house, okay?
Should we start in the Enchanted Valley?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, there's no better place to be, let me tell you. Yes, I would love to kick us off for our clubs at Young Harris. And so we'll start with our Scotian Club. They're going to be led by Courtney and Maggie for our senior camp club and junior camp. And so all of our clubs have each of the different age groups from elementary all the way through high school. And so they will be 2 club leaders that are leading separate teams, but together form one club. And so they'll lead a team of counselors and program staff. We've got Kaylin Grace,
There's some
camper.
fun returners on there.
Yeah, we've got some great returners,
Trinity
some former
Ridgeway?
campers.
Anna Lauren on
Anna
there?
Lauren.
Yeah, that's right. Trinity Ridgeway holding down the activities team. Yeah, lots of returners coming back for events and activities and Camper Care as well.
Love Scotian.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Royalum. Hoorah! Sophia and Madeline will be leading our junior camp and senior camp clubs for this group. So we're excited to have them, leading the Royalum Pride. Again, several returners, all-stars. Olivia Wright will be on this team. If you see her this summer, maybe she'll play you a tune on the saxophone. You never know. But yeah, we're excited for these girls.
Yeah, we have some good returners here. Marissa Harris is coming back.
Oh yes, a legend. We're excited to have her with us. And then the Bumble line. Yes, Carson Ann and Katie. Buzz, here they come through the valley. They'll be leading our junior camp and senior camp teams as well. And so again, got some great returners. We've got Cece coming in as PAC with our program staff. Awesome. Ava as our ACL with Bumline Junior. And so yeah, excited to get to see this team take on the summer. And last but not least, our Legacy Years team, led by the one and only.
I was talking to Anna earlier this week.
Yes.
Yeah, just got to see her. She's
over
awesome.
At Toccoa. Yeah, we're excited to have her with us in the Valley. They'll be serving our high school age campers, so this is the second year we'll have the Legacy Years team with us at Young Harris. So super excited to see them continue to blaze the trail.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. We love the Enchanted Valley.
We love it. And there's with each of the different clubs, there's like hand signals, right? For
yeah, absolutely. You gotta know how to rep your club titles, okay? Yeah. So we've got Scotian. You gotta throw your whale tails, okay?
Scotian.
Bumble
This is your Scotian, right?
Yeah.
Aren't you Scotian?
Yeah, I'm Scotian.
Yeah. Oh no, please.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So Bumble line, you make 2 OKs, flip it around, cross them over, connect.
Okay.
Buzz.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Last but not least, we've got our Royalum. You kind of make your crown. You can wear it on your head.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're on the pride. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, but you got to rep your club in the Valley. There's no other way. For sure.
It's gonna be a lot of fun over at Young Harris this summer. Very excited to see camp happening there.
Me too.
Next, I think let's jump over to boys camp, right? You want to check in on
absolutely.
Start
I think
Cleveland.
Our Cleveland location.
Okay,
Cool.
Cleveland. Let's see the Cleveland boys in the
I know
chat.
we have a lot of great returners coming in there. Coming in our Blaze squad, we have Mikey returning this summer. We're super excited about him. A lot of other amazing staffers coming in. Lex, Zach, Ryan, we're all super excited for the Blaze squad this summer. In Hydro, our leader of Hydro is actually going to be Grayson Gilbert.
Yeah.
He was a Mount Berry staffer for several years.
I met Grayson last night at an event at a church.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, shout out Grayson Gilbert. Make some noise in the chat if you're there. A lot of awesome staffers there. Hank returning, Noah returning. We're super excited for you guys. And the Quake squad.
Boys.
We got Carson, Calvin, Bennett Hills returning. He was an awesome staffer for us last year.
Austin's coming back. Austin, I think it's
That's
Joker.
right. As well as Jonah Birdsong. He's coming back for another summer. We're super excited to have him. And then our legacy years. These are our older students, our high schoolers. We have Chandler Bagley coming back alongside Andrew.
Awesome.
Come on.
Yeah.
Cleveland has a special place in my heart. I was at Cleveland my last summer of camp. I got to work at Cleveland, so
I got to
love
visit
the
Cleveland
boys.
last
Yeah,
summer. It was awesome.
Got in.
I was the only girl. Well, there were some nurses, but that was it.
But jumped in the Squad Wars. Cleveland's a fun place. So if you're working Cleveland, if you saw your name up there, show some shout out in the chat there. We'd love to see that. Let's keep the ball rolling.
Let's do it.
I think it makes sense. Let's jump into family camp
Let's do
now.
family camp.
Family
So
camp.
let's start off with activities. So our activities leader is going to be Macy Todd. I think it's
Macy
like her
Todd.
4th
She's
or 5th
awesome.
year. Like she's
Yeah,
awesome.
a hero.
So she's going to be leading with Oliver. So super excited for her to be in that team. We got some returners. So we got Javier. He's coming back all the way from California. So super excited. Micah, he's a second year. I think he was at boys camp last year. So super excited for him as well. We got operations, so Liz Downey.
Lizzie.
So this is actually going to be her 11th year this year.
What an
So
absolute
she
queen,
honestly she
Lizzie.
runs it. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So, and this is our amazing operations. We got Addison and Tabitha, and so super excited for them this year.
We'll be working with Tyler.
Working with Tyler, yeah. She runs the show. And then our events, we have Selena Gomes as our events leader. Super excited. She was a counselor last year, so this year she's event lead. So super excited for her.
Saw you in the chat earlier.
Yep. Then, of course, we have Marissa, Abigail, and Lena.
Marissa has been in the chat.
Yes. We love Marissa. She's awesome. And then we have my team, we have Family Experience. We have AK, Madeline, and Brady. They were all counselors last year. Now they're leaders, so I know they're ready to lock in and get going this summer. So, and this is the counselors. So they get assigned families each week. And so they're going to be the ones serving and loving all these families. So shout out Levi, Trey, Emily. So super excited for them this summer.
Yeah. Trey, I saw you in the chat earlier. I know you worked host team last year. We loved it, but we're also very excited that you're going to be at Cohutta with Family Camp. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know it's like the culture is like different there, not being in like the packs and stuff, but it's really cool to watch Family Camp because it's not just the impact that we're having on lives of families, but the staff really feels like a family. So everyone comes together and works close together. It's really, really cool. So if you're working Family Camp, you're in for a treat this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I guess we maybe have a couple more locations we need to look at.
Yeah, we gotta wrap up here at Mount Berry.
Maybe, yeah, okay. All right, Mount Berry girls, let's hear it for them.
Yes, we'll kick it off with Mount Berry girls with our Canyon Village, led by Lyle Lewis. So this will be our youngest age group with our completed 1st through 3rd grade campers. And so Mount Berry is unique in that way. The older campers they move up through their villages. And so these staff will be leading the way in that. We'll have Raina Reed with our equestrian team.
Awesome.
Molly Connor on the bass.
Oh,
so
fun.
Jumpstart is about to be
crazy.
Awesome.
Molly Connor on the bass.
Woodland, Aspen is leading our Woodland Village with our completed 4th and 5th graders. So
awesome, yeah.
We're excited.
Aspen, we're glad you're back.
Yeah,
welcome
back.
We have some fun returners here.
Yeah,
Tallulah
Elena,
Bell.
Andrea. Caroline Reeves is actually going to be doing some pottery this summer.
Awesome.
So if you need some
new
crafts going on, she's probably your girl.
Pottery. That's where I'm going to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, this one's huge. There's a lot more.
Yeah, Woodland.
More coming in.
A lot of girls there.
Oh yeah, they have a fun
Which
time.
age group is this one?
Our completed 4th and 5th graders.
Okay, cool.
And so Cascade will be kind of the next up for us with Mary Jane with our completed 6th and 7th grade campers. So they'll be leading the way. Also a stack team and have a lot of campers do one of our larger groups at Mount Berry.
Madeline Walker.
Yeah, Madeline Walker, she's coming back.
Awesome.
Becca and Addie will be our AVLs for this group. So we're excited to have them. Lots of new staff too. Yeah.
Sydney Carroll.
That's right, Sydney Carroll. Meredith will be with our ops team. So we're excited to have that.
Morgan Young
with Sierra, leading one of our groups with our high school girls.
I am cracking up at all the hearts coming in on the chat. There's a lot of hearts coming through.
Mount Berry is so stacked. We agree with you, Lucy.
Oh, yes. Oasis is going to be with Nikki.
Awesome.
Met her in our village. This is, again, another high school age village with our completed 10th and 11th graders.
Carolyn Standridge is coming back?
Yes, Carolyn Standridge is coming back. She'll be with our activities team, some former campers. Madeline has been a former camper with us at Mount Berry.
Yeah.
So we're excited to have her on staff. So that'll be really fun. And then last but not least, Tyga, our completed 11th grade campers. What a crew. Listen, they are wilderness women hitting the trails, taking on lots of adventures. And so we're excited to have this team, lead our oldest group of campers at Mount Berry.
Awesome.
The Mount Berry girly sleigh.
That's
my favorite comment of the night so far. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, Mount Berry is awesome. It's special. It's like right here on campus.
Yeah.
We love Mount Berry. It's a special place.
Yeah.
Home sweet home.
Yeah. Speaking of Mount Berry.
Yeah, I think we got one more location.
Feels right,
to figure out.
Jump into those Mount Berry boys.
Leading us off in the Bronco pack is going to be Brett Kahn. If you know him, you love him. Brett is awesome. Super excited to have him leading our youngest campers. A lot of returners in this pack as well. We have Will Patman coming back another summer.
Logan.
Some former campers as well as like Andrew Ralph who are coming in for their first year on staff. We're super excited for. Drew Stoles is our activities
Sarah
team.
Beth Batman?
Sarah Beth Batman, yes. Coolest last name for one of our coolest staffers. Super excited to have her back for a 3rd summer. She's back for the pack.
Get her autograph while you can.
Leading our Raptor pack is going to be Jack Higgins. Also goes by Jiggy. Everyone say Jiggy in the chat if you know him.
Shout out Jiggy in the
Super
chat.
excited for Jiggy. A lot of really awesome staffers in this pack as well. David Carroll, Brody Harris, both of them are coming back. Jeremiah Dotson and Demetrius Whitaker coming back for their multiple summers. And Samwise Burgess, one of my favorite staffers we've ever had, coming back as a worship speaker this
Definitely
summer.
one of my favorite names that we have for
Absolutely.
sure.
Samwise is awesome.
Love
Super
it.
wise. Next we have Timber. We have Ben Reed leading the Timber pack of our younger middle schoolers. We're super excited to have him back. He was a Puma last year, making his way down.
Come on, Ben.
In that pack, we got a lot of awesome returners as well. Blake Kendrick coming back, Braden Groff, Brian Brown, Wesley Greer. He's coming in as our activities leader. We're super excited to have him. In our Puma pack, we have Sterling Payne coming in for another summer. Trey Green, Jake
Naomi
White, Calvin
Dean.
Gavitt, and Naomi Dean. I know you've been in the chat. Nick Warnstrom all coming back.
What a hero.
Some really awesome staffers. Henry Smith coming back for another summer. Super excited for all of them. Nick Brandon, one of my close friends leading our Grizzly pack this summer. So we're super excited to have him. Jimmy's coming back on that team, as well as Mike Bradley, who's coming from Timber up to Grizzly. Brett Rogers, Micah Cobb, a bunch of former campers. We're super excited to have them on our staff.
Awesome. Grizzly is a special place in my heart.
Absolutely. And then leading our adventure program, he took a summer off, but he's back for one more. It's Ethan Lynch. He's incredible. One of the best songwriters I've ever met in my life. So ask him to write a song for you. He can do it in about 5 minutes. A lot of returners on this team as well. Lily Kessler, I know you've been in the chat.
Yep.
Will Smith, Andrew, Max, Thomas Winchester, all coming back for another summer. Super excited for that team.
Elk's going to be a blast for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mount Berry boys is definitely, that's where I started. That was my roots, so I love Mount Berry boys. Guys, I mean, this is awesome. I'm like, it's always fun as we're kind of getting ready for summer and we're like placing staff, we're figuring out where they're going to work and all that stuff, and we get to see their names on the board and stuff, but nights like tonight are like what really get me going. Like we are almost we're less than 4 months away from staff training, so it's right around the corner.
Countdown is on.
It's literally right around the corner.
Yeah.
But like this really gets me excited for camp. And I know our staff. I've been watching the chat all night. They're super pumped, super excited. Again, thank y'all, guys. Show some love for Emily, Tim, and Gavin, as these truly are legends here at WinShape. Some of my favorite people here. So thank y'all again for joining us tonight for this.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, this has been such a good night so far, Titus.
This has been great.
Just what a good time. Obviously, we just had our staff reveal, which, I mean, is the moment we've all been waiting for, which is super, super exciting to see kind of what teams you're on and kind of where you're placed. So hopefully that has you even more excited to get to hear from your leader in the coming weeks and months and get ready for the summer, which is coming before we know it. And I think we have a couple announcements. You know, we're kind of gearing up for the end of the night, but we did promise something. So, you know, we promised a giveaway. We have a couple fun items that we're looking for, but we're not quite ready for them yet. So keep yourself engaged in the chat, stay in there, and we're gonna do a couple announcements, and then we'll circle back to that giveaway.
Yeah, right. We know they are all ready to find out, so we'll make this as quick as we can. But yeah, just a couple of things a little housekeeping to do before we go. So guys, as y'all saw tonight, we got to tell you where you're gonna be, the teams you're gonna be on, all that fun stuff. Hey, we are really excited for camp. We've said it multiple times tonight, but we cannot make camp happen without staff. And so we have still got some holes to fill. So we are still working to get camp to get our staff numbers to a place where we can make sure camp's happening in all of our fun locations on all of our different teams. So please help us. If you have friends, if you have family members, if you know anyone at all who might be interested in working camp and watching the incredible impact that the Lord's going to have on the lives of campers and families and on us as we get to see what the Lord does through us here at camp, please send them to work@winshape.org. Send them an application, get them going. We would love to have a conversation with them and get them in our pipeline. So yeah, for any staff or anyone that you know that might be interested, send them our way.
Yeah, and what's super fun about that too, Titus, is that that's a possibility that you get to work with one of your best friends at camp this summer.
Truly.
So why wouldn't you want to do that?
Truly, it is the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's awesome because you get to work with your friends and we get to have camp and have all our staff. So that's super exciting. I've got another fun announcement. If you haven't seen it yet, our Leaders in the Making podcast actually dropped its first episode. Was it last week, Titus?
It was last week,
Last week, which is super fun. We get to have this podcast, and it's kind of just a place where you get to learn a little bit more about what camp will look like this summer, really prepare yourself, kind of what our summer staff were talking about, prepping yourself for what this will look like and kind of how to stay grounded in the word and just really prepare yourself. So make sure you tune into that. Like I said, the first episode just dropped last week, but we have more coming on the way. So wherever you listen to podcasts, make sure that you check that out and share it with your friends. Yeah, it's a lot of really cool conversations on leadership development, talking about conflict management, all that kind of fun stuff is all happening. So yeah, I think it's Spotify, Apple, maybe YouTube. But yeah, go check that out. On Amazon? I will get back to you on that, guys. But yeah, check that out. Another thing, so as we are gearing up for the summer, we are sending a lot of communication your way. You're seeing this through social media, through events like tonight, but also through your email. So we started this month here in January, we started sending out our Road to Summer emails. So look out for those every single month. So January, February, March, all the way up to the summer, we're sending a Road to Summer email out, and it is chock full of information that you need for this summer, from
the appearance guidelines and the packing list and the fun, like meeting your team, all that kind of stuff. And even the important things like onboarding forms, camp docs, all that fun stuff that you need to do before you can get here to work for us. So please be sure that you're reading those emails, that you're staying on top of it with the Road to Summer emails that are going out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Titus, I guess we can wrap up, right?
We might as well, yeah.
Else we need to
let's do this. We need 5 people.
Okay,
we have 5 people that we have to pick.
I mean, the chat is still going absolutely
The chat is still blowing up. People are still
there.
going for it. So we have 5. We've already gotten names now. So we got 5 people.
Okay.
Again, you get your choice of one of these 3 items. A Cotopaxi duffel bag, that was Rachel's pick. A Kindle, that was my pick. And then a JBL speaker, which honestly, who would not love a JBL speaker? Yeah. So you want to go ahead and read the first name?
Yeah, I would love
Let's
to.
Let's get drum roll emojis.
Get some drum rolls in the chat.
I know that you can throw that in there. So.
Yeah. I mean, this is going crazy in here for what they want.
A bunch of people just throwing their things in there. All right, Rachel, you want to start with the first one?
Okay, I would love to. This is actually coming at no surprise, given the activity that we've seen in the chat tonight. Our very first winner for tonight is Marissa Modiano from Family Camp.
Marissa. We love Marissa. Marissa, you are a gem, and we're really excited to have you back. Okay, our next winner, I've got Noah. I think it's Mathai.
Awesome.
Noah Mathai. So Noah,
you're a lucky winner.
You are a lucky winner.
Okay, our next winner is Andrew Kitchen.
Andrew Kitchen, love that. And next, let's see, Carly Roberts. Carly Roberts.
I definitely saw
Carly's name pop up earlier. Carly, you are one of our winners. I think we have one more.
One more. Our last one is Meredith Ratchford.
Meredith Ratchford.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Marissa, Noah, Andrew, Carly, and Meredith.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you're one of these lucky, incredible winners, be on the lookout for some more communication from us to get to choose your gift. So be thinking about it, what you might like.
We'll be reaching out soon.
Thanks for engaging tonight, y'all.
Yeah, we'll be reaching out soon with those. So guys, thank you all so much for engaging with the chat and engaging with the event tonight. We hope you had fun. We had a blast up here with everyone. And we are so excited. Like, again, less than 4 months away from staff training right here at Mount Berry, right here in the hub. So it's just around the corner. We're going to see y'all really soon. Until then, I'm Titus. This is Rachel, and we'll see you soon.